Welcome back, everybody, to Just the News, No Noise. It is day 2 of the government shutdown, and it doesn't look like Democrats are going to be coming to the table to negotiate anytime soon. So what's next, and how can Republicans and the Trump administration use this to their favor? Joining us now to discuss that and more is Iowa Congresswoman Mariannette Miller-Meeks. Congresswoman, thanks so much for being here.
It's great to be with you both.
I actually want to skip that for a moment and start where we left off with Congressman Troy Downing with this farm cap package. Now, Secretary Bessent doesn't strike me as a farm boy, but it seems like he, along with the rest of the Trump administration, cares very much about helping out farms that have been crushed under crushing policy. Tell us about what you anticipate is going to come from this, because a lot of good stuff was in OB3.
There is some very good stuff in OB3, very good stuff for farmers and for agriculture in general, also agricultural manufacturers. But, you know, the ability to pass on a farm, the 45Z and 45Q energy tax credits were important. We worked hard to get those. We've worked since the beginning of the year to get the RVOs up, so that would increase the amount of both ethanol and biodiesel that comes from commodities, grains. So, you know, farmers are happy to have the relief, but they are struggling. Quite honestly, the farm economy has been struggling since 22, 23, but it's worsened. So action on the tariffs, action on new markets. Remember, through the Biden administration, we had 4 years of doing nothing on trade whatsoever. So Secretary Rollins, as she's looking and going on trade missions, trying to open up new trade packages, that is critically important to our farmers. We're competing with Brazil for ethanol and biodiesel as the Chinese Communist Party has opened up the market in South America. And so it's very important for farmers to, number one, have access to these resources, have access to new markets, and then hopefully see some relief through the tariffs as trade deals are negotiated.
Yeah, so very important. I don't want to turn to the shutdown. On the way to the studio, Amanda and I passed a great group of National Guard patrolling our streets, making us safe in the Capitol. They're working today, but they're not getting a paycheck because the Democrats shut the government down. What are the Democrats really holding out for? We hear a lot of back and forth over this, but it seems like they're just trying to help big insurers and illegal immigrants. Am I overstating it?
Well, you're not overstating it, and thank you for mentioning about our military. I actually had a veteran contact me and said, why are you saying that the military aren't going to be paid? Well, the reality is the military is essential workers, just like Customs and Border Protection, law enforcement, VA hospitals, but they have to work, but they don't get paid. Up until about October 15th, they've already received their paycheck for the 1st of October, but if the shutdown goes on longer, they will have to continue to be working and not be paid. I've talked extensively on this issue, and one of the reasons why I voted for continuing resolutions despite criticism and condemnation in the past was because of the effect it has on our military. Military, Customs and Border Protection, law enforcement are out there working. If they're federal, they're not going to be paid if they're paid twice a year. So it is very important that we, you know, in this shutdown, and as I said, why I have voted for this continuing resolution, which was clean and bipartisan and 7 weeks and in the past. Now, why are the Democrats doing that? They say it's about health care. Well, let's examine that. If it were only about health care and not getting illegal immigrants to get Medicaid, then they could have isolated the section in their own CR that dealt with the premium tax credits under Obamacare, but they didn't. They specifically wanted to repeal the section that has to do with Medicaid going to illegal immigrants. And people will say, well, they're not allowed to have Medicaid. It's illegal. It's illegal, but states have worked around it. And the prime example of that is Gavin Newsom, when we passed the Working Families Tax Cut bill, came out and said, we're going to have to rethink our policy of giving health care to everyone and to illegal immigrants because it's costing us $12 billion a year. And what they were doing was using the expansion of Medicaid, the expansion population, where the federal government, your tax dollars, the federal government would cover 90% instead of the typical state federal match for Medicaid. And so they were shifting those monies around. That's what they were doing. And then the next is on the enhanced premium tax credits. They like to pretend like this is something that goes to help low-income Americans. And Chris Coons, Senator Coons, actually let the cat out of the bag in an interview on CNN. He said the premium tax credits were put in to make the Affordable Care Act affordable. Bingo. It was never a marketplace solution. Obamacare has only led to higher and higher premiums since its inception. And John, I know you and Amanda will recall that President Obama said at the time premiums would come down by $2,500. If you liked your doctor, you could keep your doctor. If you like your health plan, you can keep your health plan. And even the Washington Post, I don't think that's a conservative newspaper the last time I checked. But even the Washington Post gave it 4 Pinocchios as some of the greatest lies. And premiums have skyrocketed. So what did the Democrats do? The original premium tax credits were for people making up to 400% of the federal poverty level to purchase insurance on the exchange. The money goes directly to the insurance company. It goes directly to the insurance company. This is a bailout to the insurance companies. And under COVID in March, when they passed the American Rescue Plan, the COVID funding, they extended and took the income cap off of the tax credits and had enhanced premium tax credits to any income level. So a family of 4 could make up to $600,000 a year and qualify and only pay up to 8.5% of their income in health insurance costs, and the rest of that money is going to the insurance company. Wow. And so the enhanced premium tax credits were supposed to be temporary under Obamacare, but what the Biden administration and the Democrats were really doing were they were hiding the true nature of how much insurance was costing because the Affordable Care Act and all of its regulatory structure made it unaffordable. And so it was supposed to expire. They then extended it in the IRA in 2022 to expire in December of 2025. All of it goes directly to the insurance companies. It is a bailout to big insurance companies. And it was all to hide the fact that they didn't want people to have higher insurance premiums in the 22 elections. They were hiding the fact that the Affordable Care Act has made insurance unaffordable.
I wonder which party health insurance companies predominantly donate to.
Well, let's look that up.
I think we know the answer.
I think we do. Congresswoman, so...
And I want private health insurance. Make no mistake about it.
Right.
But extending these enhanced premium tax credits for high-income individuals, already 400% of the poverty level is almost... 63,000 or more for individuals and about 129,000 for a family. So they're already significant, and they could get insurance on the marketplace, which is what we did, not the Obamacare exchange, but in the marketplace. That's what we did in the Working Families Tax Cut, was trying to make health insurance affordable. So if they really want to talk about health care and trying to make insurance affordable, let's have that discussion. But not a 1.5 trillion spending in a 7-week continuing resolution. Let's get the government open. Let's get our military paid for. Let's get our veterans the care they need. Let's help our families and our low-income individuals. And then we can do reform for health care in the appropriations process, which is where it belongs.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
Congresswoman, so this week is a wash. So let's just assume that next week you guys come back together. What moves the needle for Democrats? What do they bend on? Because frankly, I don't feel like the leverage is really with Democrats. So Republicans don't have to bend on much of anything because Trump and Bessent and Vote are just going to keep chopping the federal government down.
Well, you're correct. We've already passed a continuing resolution in the House. So we have done our job. We passed a continuing resolution. This is Schumer Shutdown, and they have no plan to reopen the government. So we're not going to cave on 1.5 trillion spending over a 7-week period. We're not going to give up those hard-fought changes we made to prohibit illegal immigrants from having Medicaid. We're not going to cave on that. And I've had people come talk to me in Washington about the premium tax credits, and even people in our own party. And I said, hold the phone, old military talk here, hold the phone. There's 2 things. One is the premium tax credits from the original Affordable Care Act or Obamacare. The second is the enhanced premium tax credits. I said, I am not voting to extend enhanced premium tax credits that have no income limits. I'm not voting to extend them. So what are the Democrats going to do? How are they going to get themselves out of this mess? And so people say it doesn't matter who's to blame for the shutdown. It doesn't matter if it's Schumer's shutdown. Get the government back open, negotiate. We are negotiating, but you have to be reasonable in negotiation, and they are not reasonable. It is insane for us to go along with what they want. But nonetheless, we have been very clear. We're happy to have this discussion on healthcare and premium credits, the original ones, and how do we make health insurance affordable in the appropriations process, not in a 7-week continuing resolution.
Yeah. Well, they may be bringing insanity.
They have voted for 13 times. 13 times they voted for continuing resolutions under the Biden administration.
That's right. Well, someone who brings sanity to our show, Iowa Congresswoman Mariannette Miller-Meeks, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure to be with you both. Thank you for having me.
Likewise. All right, everybody, next. Christian movies and TV shows have taken a big leap in popularity in recent years. So what's driving that success? We're going to get to that after this break.
Hey folks, let's be honest, our body lets us know, right? We're not getting any younger. And if you want to look and feel your best, you need to check out our good friends at Pure Health Research. They have 45 premium health supplements designed to help with every health goal, whether it's boosting your energy, trimming belly fat, supporting healthy blood sugar, pumping your testosterone up, or even reducing swelling in your legs. Pure Health Research Supplement Store has you covered. Each formula is crafted with natural, non-GMO ingredients backed by clinical research and manufactured right here in the good old USA. And here's the best part. Pure Health Research is offering you an exclusive 35% discount. You heard me right, 35% off. Just go to purehealthresearch.com and use the coupon code JUSTNEWS at checkout. With their 365-day money-back guarantee, there's zero risk in trying something new, so why wait? Head over to purehealthresearch.com right now. Explore their 45 amazing supplements and save 35% before this deal ends with the coupon code JUSTNEWS. Don't miss this chance to feel your best.